थंबनेल नहीं है, कुछ थंबनेल भी तो चल रहा है भाई है
पॉपकॉर्न खाते हैं पॉपकॉर्न खाते का थंबनेल डाल दो।
कोई नहीं से हेलो गाइस व्हाट्सअप क्या कहते हैं हम लोग देख रहे हैं वॉच देख कर रहे हैं वॉच पार्टी चल रही है भाई साहब ठीक है लेट्स गो मैं लेट्स ही बोल दिया भाई लेट्स गो
तूने स्टार्ट नहीं करी स्ट्रीम।
नहीं मैं कर चुका हूं बट वो लेटेंसी वैसे भी होगा बट ओबीएस has started तो क्या हाल है इन लोगों के लेट्स सी कैसा रहता है मेरी लग बात इन लोगों ने या तो भाई जिनका जो गेम है जो दिखा रहे हैं उन्होंने स्क्रीन डाउनलोड करके वरना अगर प्रोफेशनल प्लेयर्स के पास भी स्किन नहीं है तो क्या फायदा भाई लाइव है
लाइव कर
लाइव ही तो है
अच्छा लाइव है।
लाइव पे क्लिक करो वेट चल जाओ रीस्टार्ट करने कोई करनी है बैक किया रीस्टार्ट
रिफ्रेश कर दो स्ट्रीम।
हां 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 इसको फाइटिंग चलाने भाई साहब ओके जी
ये ना करते हैं रिफ्रेश करो लेफ्ट साइड में।
क्या नहीं करना
लेफ्ट साइड में रिफ्रेश का ऑप्शन है पेज का।
कोई नहीं वो तो कर चुका हूं मैं रीस्टार्ट कर देता हूं कोई दिक्कत नहीं उसकी
ऐसे बोलिए
वो लेटेंसी है लेटेंसी ओके जी एक साल भाई देख ये अपना ही बता पीटना है थोड़ा शायद भाई ये तो भाई पता है क्या लाइक इनका ऐसा था कि इतना तगड़ा नहीं देते एंड भाई दो तीन गोलियां मारते बट टक पांच छह गोलियां मारते भी नहीं लोग दो तीन गोलियां मारेंगे दो तीन गोलियां बचती हैं भाई इनका वैसे रहता है
पता है क्या तेरी जो लेटेंसी है ना बहुत ज्यादा है।
हां मेरी लेटेंसी बहुत है
तो उसमें जब तू बोलेगा ना तो उनको लेट सुनेगा तो फायदा नहीं है।
नहीं उनको लेट तो सुनेगा फायदा क्यों नहीं है भाई फायदा तो है उनको सुनेगा लेट
नहीं तो पहले ही बता देगा बंदा नॉक हो गया टीम का तो
नहीं ऐसा नहीं है पूरी स्ट्रीम ही इतनी लेटेंसी से चलती है जब मैं बातचीत कर रहा हूं ना अगर स्ट्रीम की वॉल्यूम बढ़ेगा तो मेरी बात उस टाइम ही आएगी हाँ वो इन जनरल बस लेट ट्रांसमिट हो रहा है बस ऑब्वियसली अपना तीसरा तो आ गया
लेट फाइट हो रही है ये देख रहा
अपना अपना तो मैं ऐसे कह रहा हूँ जैसे मतलब पता नहीं क्या मेरी ही टीम है भाई वो अपने अपने ऐसे कह रहा हूँ
कहाँ फंस गए डिवोटी।
हाँ मैं वही तो कह रहा हूँ भाई अब आगे आ चुके हैं थोड़ा स्ट्रीम में बट आई नो कम्पिटिटिव सीन होता है होता है बट मतलब किसके भी कोई आइडिया नहीं है इंडियन के बारे में एंड गेम प्ले के बारे में कुछ मैं वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम एक्चुअली वाचिंग बीजीएमआई या पबजी का कॉम्पिटिटर मैंने कॉर्डन पे देखा है बहुत बार बट बीजीएमआई का पहली बार देख रहा हूँ लिटरली मैंने बीजीएमआई की क्लिप्स देखी है जो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग रही है
स्पोर्ट्स वर्ल्ड
क्या चीज इवन अच्छा ओके हाँ अच्छा ओके फिर तो ई-स्पोर्ट्स वर्ल्ड कप बोलते हैं इसको लाइक ऐसे पीएम इतने डिफिकल्ट लिख देते हैं लाइक पीएमजीसी वगैरह वगैरह सिंपल सिंपल तो वर्ल्ड कप
अबे तो पीएमजीसी ईडब्ल्यूसी के अंदर हो रहा है।
ईडब्ल्यूसी क्या होता है ई-स्पोर्ट्स वर्ल्ड कप के अंदर अच्छा ओके ओके ओके
हाँ उसमें सारे है भाई इसमें एमएलबी भी है कई है और
अब कॉर्डिन वाले पैकेज से कैंड होते हैं ना अब वो
अरे
बोलते
सुन
नहीं
चेस भी है इसमें।
क्या बात है
हाँ
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग भाई
इंडिया वाला एक जीता है इसी का आईक्यू सोल का
हाँ हाँ हाँ
सोल ऐसे ट्वेल्व खेले चाहे जो मर्जी खेले।
हाँ 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 ये जो टीम भाई बाईजी टीम भाई ओजोन के कितना बाहर है नो वो इस पॉइंट
एपेक्स का भी था फ्री फायर का तो नहीं पता नहीं
सही है तो अच्छी बात है नहीं तो
अपने वालों का खाता नहीं खुल रहा पहले ज्यादा बढ़िया खेल के।
हाँ हो सकता है भाई ओके ये अलाइव है किसकी हेल्थ भी दिखा रहे हैं लाइक बाहर कितना है
पता क्या बढ़िया टीम बाहर हो गई मतलब फाइनल में चलेगी।
अच्छा
पाकिस्तान की नहीं है सिर्फ पूरा और इंडिया वाली है जिनको सपोर्ट करना होगा। अल्फा 7 भी कह सकते हैं अल्फा 7 के लिए
नहीं क्या कहते हैं मतलब बाहर होगी मतलब क्या वो खेल ही जो टीम क्वालीफाई कर चुके वो अलग खेल
नहीं सॉरी बाहर में फाइनल में
हाँ जो फाइनल में है टीम वो भी खेल रही होंगे ना इस मैच पे तो इस मैच में हो सकती है
ना इसमें नहीं है
अच्छा टोटल क्वालीफाई राउंड है लाइक ओके आई सी
पहले 3 दिन का हो गया।
अच्छा तो ये अब जो टीम्स हारी हैं उनके लिए है
हारी तो नहीं पीछे रह गई है।
ओके 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 कितने स्लॉट्स कितने बचे हैं
8 है मेरे ख्याल
नहीं अवेलेबल कितने हैं अभी कितने खाली हैं स्लॉट्स 8 खाली हैं इनमें से कोई 8 टीम्स आगे जाएंगी आई सी
ये अल्फा 7 पे है ना कर लो
अल्फा 7 पे कहां है भाई ये पर्पल टीम आगे जोन है इतना छूट है ना लोग या मे बी मैं गलत टीम को देख रहा हूँ मैप पे जो मैं देख रहा हूँ जो पर्पल सर्कल्स बने हुए हैं वो तो काफी एक तो मुझे एक बात लाइक इस जब भी कॉम्पिटिटिव मैंने वीडियोस देखी हैं कुछ देखा है भाई हर एक टीम के पास एक व्हीकल होता है। इतनी गाड़ियाँ हमने तो नहीं देखी कभी नॉर्मल मैच में। लाइक जैसे कितनी टीम्स है, 16 टीम्स है, 16 टीम 16 4 से कितना होता है? 64 गाड़ियाँ होती है एक मैप पे कभी। भाई ये सब लोग गाड़ी लेके भाग रहे होते हैं, गाड़ी फट के दूसरी गाड़ी उठाते हैं, इतनी गाड़ियाँ आती कहाँ से हैं इनके पास? खुद देख लाइक कॉम्पिटिटिव में गाड़ियाँ भर भर के होती हैं भाई। एंड आई एम प्रीटी श्योर लूट को ऑर्डर करते होंगे डेफिनेटली ये लोग, वरना ये फाइट मजा नहीं आएगा।
मुझे नहीं समझ आ रहा है टॉप कौन सी टीम में है।
टॉप पता नहीं,
इसको बताओगे कार्नेज को।
कार्नेज को बुला कॉल पे ले सकते तो उसको कॉल पे ले ले।
ना अभी तो नहीं उठाएगा।
कोई नहीं कोई नहीं। I need a little boy, छोटा बच्चा। कोरोना भी एक बता भाई। कोरोना मतलब बेसिकली कोरोना ही नहीं, कोरोना भी नहीं, कोरोना ही नहीं। ओके सर, ये वाईजी है तो टीम बाहर घूम के आ गया लोग फ्लोर में। एंड काफी लाइक फास्ट चल रहा है क्या मैच? मतलब हमें कितना 5 मिनट में बात करते हुए एंड स्टिल लाइक काफी देख तो पूरी टीम से क्या रोटेट मार। यूजुअली जब हम मैच खेलते हैं अब इट्स स्लो एंड उसका पेस काफी अलग होता है कंपैरेटिवली। कार पेस तेरी स्लीपी एंड वी हैव लाइक भाई फाइट दिखाओ, ये क्या दिखा रहे हो मेरे को? फाइटिंग की आवाज आ रही है पीछे बैकग्राउंड में यार। वो दिखाई जा रहा है भाई, मेरे को फाइटिंग देखनी है भाई। 2 टीम का मर चुका है, यूपीएस स्टेज का मर चुका है, मर चुका है। ये क्या बात बनी भाई?
अरे हैवी अल्फा में फिर खेलता है, अल्फा 7 में अल्फा में है।
अल्फा 7 तो मेरे को दिख भी ना कहीं पे। अच्छा A7 ओके फाइन, नंबर 6 पर है। 6.7
अच्छा तो टॉप तो मेरे को आइडिया नहीं कौन से है। और मैंने भाई आखिरी बार पता है कब देखा था?
ये भी बातें जब करता लगता है कि तेरे को सब पता है, लाइक तू देखते रहता है, तेरी बातों से लगता है
नहीं इतना नहीं भाई, मैं बताता हूँ कब देखा था आखिरी बार। उस टाइम पे टीम थी जोनाथन, वीगोर्ड, सोमराज और अरे नाम भूल गया मुझे था, मेरे ख्याल वो था प्लस गोड था पता नहीं। वो खेल रहे थे।
अरे भाई
उस टाइम पैराबॉय पीक पे था।
हां पैराबॉय को बहुत
पैराबॉय
वीडियोस बहुत देखे हैं।
उस टाइम पीक पे था।
रिएक्ट करते उसकी वीडियोस पे लोग भाई, मतलब खतरनाक भाई। EX से बजा के आएगा दिखा अच्छा खासा लाइक इसका तो देखेगा
मतलब उस टाइम पे जो वो था ना पैराबॉय, अभी के टाइम पे टॉप है।
ओके
अरे मरेंगे
भाई भाई मरेंगे ये लोग, इनकी लोकेशन तो देखो तो बजा रखा है इनका भाई।
ये कैसे छोड़ दिया?
क्या पता। सोललेस FF तेरी नाम तो बड़े खतरनाक नाम है मार कर कुछ नाम एकदम सोमो टाइप होते हैं, कुछ नाम बहुत प्यारे होते हैं। हर टाइप का नाम मिलना और एक तो होना चाहिए बोले अलग ही वो कर रहा है, एक्स्ट्रा हार्ड आर बज रहा है मुंह में ना कि हो रहा
बज रहा है
वो मुंह से निकल रहा है एक्स्ट्रा आर भाई। ओहो इक्विपमेंट का चीज भाई ठीक है। नेपाल के हाथ दिखने में लग रहा है भाई, बता नेपाल का
ये भी कौन मर गया अपना?
पता नहीं यार कौन मरा है, मेरे को ये पता नहीं है। अगर दिखा भी तो मेरे को आता नहीं देखता।
पता नहीं आज कैसे खेल रहे हैं भाई।
हां तो वो FF देख यार, FF टॉप पे चल रही है, खतरनाक खेल रही है। डिवोटी नॉक हो चुका है भाई।
अरे अपने वाले खुल के मार रहे थे।
अभी तो देखेगा तो लेटेंसी पर है, बट भाई गंदा गेम बज रखा है टीम का। लाइक एक बंदा नॉक है एंड उस नॉक बंदे को उसको गाड़ी बिठा के भागा है बस वो, और कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
मैं तेरी स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ ना, तेरी स्ट्रीम में लेटेंसी आ रही है ना।
बट वो बंदा नॉक है अपना बंदा एंड उसको बगी में बिठाया एंड उसको लेके भागा है भाई वो।
खत्म है भाई, ये भी 0 मैच में गया।
हां जिस हिसाब से चल रही है चीजें हो सकता है भाई। तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज रीड है यार, पता है क्या तुम कितने से खेलो डजंट मैटर। आज मैं जो एबल टू प्ले माइंड गेम्स ना भाई, जैसे उसने खेला था अगर तो याद हो कॉर्डन वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में उसने खेला था। कॉर्डन ने खेला था कॉर्डन वर्ल्ड चैंपियनशिप में भाई, जो 7 राउंड निकाला था यार वो अगेंस्ट ल्यूमिनोसिटी भाई, वो खतरनाक था एंड वो प्रॉपर
अरे
माइंड
अभी
गेम था
भी
भाई।
उसके बाद एक और हो गया, आपने वो वाला नहीं देखा?
रीसेंट वाला देखा ही नहीं मैंने। रीसेंट वाला कुछ अच्छा
मेरे एग्जाम थे भाई उसमें।
अच्छा
मेरे एग्जाम थे भाई।
कोई नहीं बढ़िया सही है। स्कारफेस पर वोल्ट मर गया। स्कारफेस ने वोल्ट मार दिया। करंटली भाई FF टीम तो वापस चल रही है, बट ऑनेस्ट फैक्ट देखा जाए तो भाई पावर के पास सारे बंदे सही हैं एंड उनको बिल्कुल डैमेज लगा हुआ है। ओके एंड एक एलिमिनेशन लेके सही बैठे हैं यार, ये के पास 3 एलिमिनेशन
आर्यन का एक ही रह गया।
हां एक ही बचा है। और भाई unless that guy gets some freaking good kills now, तो फिर तो देखो दिक्कत वाली बात है
ये
भाई।
मरता हुआ लग रहा है मेरे को आर्यन का क्या कर रहा है गेम के ऊपर।
पता नहीं भाई, पता नहीं क्या कर रहा है। एंड वो लेके तो भागा था उसने, पता नहीं बगी में तक उसको रेडी दे पाया। ओके जी, क्या आधे घंटे तक 7 मिनट में लेट लग रहा है भाई, लेट ले रहा था
गलती लेट।
Sleepy does go down. Scarface actually pushes really far out
हाँ
towards
तो
the
लेट
east
देख ले
side.
भाई कैसे करते हैं,
Nice
तेरे को
pickup
बिल्कुल
from
नहीं
him.
आता।
हाँ मैं देख
Now,
रहा
if
हूँ
he
भाई, यहाँ
needs
से
to
सीन
push
हो
this too
रहा
far
है।
though, he can probably come back
पता है
towards
बेटर
the
है
team.
तो
He's
ना
just
अपने फोन
making
में
sure
नॉर्मल
that
लगा
Sleepy
ताकि हम
ends up
सेम
with
टाइम
the
पे देख
blue.
रहे हो,
He can confirm that,
ताकि
which he
बेटर
will do
डिस्कशन हो
now.
पाएगी। ऐसे तो फिर लेट डिस्कशन में सही नहीं
Intense
आएगा,
game,
तो अपने फोन
lots
पे लगा ले,
nades, too close.
लाइक जो लाइव वाली है
And they're too
सेम वाली
far.
देख लेना।
And then yet again too
अब तक
close.
तो हमको
हमें
हमारा
लगता
टीम
है
बस लग रही है भाई, पर्पल उनका
The geometry on
सही
that
खेल
was
रहे हैं
not
लोग वैसे
great.
तो है ना। एंड मतलब बचने वाले इनके भी भाई जैसे ही बोला मैंने इनको बचने वो बिनी ने ड्रॉप लग किया, दैट्स नाइस। मैं उसको बिकिनी पढ़ने
मैप की स्ट्रीम बताता हूँ तेरे को क्या चल रहा है, ठीक है अभी।
हाँ हाँ मैं
एफएफ की राइट साइड में है
Boy,
मैप
the
जोन के,
options here.
हाँ हाँ हाँ
केएम है बीच में, होरा बीच में है और आईजी साथ में है उनके
Falcons
होरा
did
के।
catch off one of the players in Sky. He was getting a little bit too
E7
close for
लेफ्ट में है
comfort
ड्रॉप
for
के
them.
पास।
अच्छा ये तो दिखा रहा है।
फाइट होने वाली है। मैप की स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ मैं खाली
Good for
मैप की।
Falcons.
ओके ओके
More
ओके
time spent in this
ओके
compound means more time in safety.
मर गया
Saz is
क्या
able to
आर्यन
find
का?
भाई
a
एक टीम मर गई,
Saz
अब
will
टीम
get
आर
taken out
एलिमिनेटेड ब्रो,
by
जस्ट द
Intense Game. Giving them
भाई
no
वो
chance
3
to
साल से
pick
पेटर
their
में
way
कुछ
back
कर नहीं
up
सकते ना,
again.
क्या कर सकते थे वो लोग
They've
फिर।
they had a
अभी
good
होगी
situation
साइड
going
देखो।
on. Wild wasn't able quite to grab him. I say long shot by the way.
अपन ने टाइटल में इंग्लिश लिख दिया, अपन हिंदी बात कर रहे हैं। जो इंग्लिश में देखा है तो वैसे मजा नहीं आएगा, और जो हिंदी देखना चाहते हैं वो वैसे इंग्लिश कर रहे होंगे। जोकर डोमिनेट, ये जोकर नाम बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ करते हैं भाई, लाइक किसी अलग-अलग ऑल्टरेशंस में यूज़ करते हैं, बट जोकर बहुत यूज़ होता है भाई बीजीएमआई में।
इसको
I don't really know why
ई
he
स्पोर्ट्स वाला
was
है और
peeking
एक
at the
कंटेंट
first
क्रिएटर।
place.
हाँ वो भी है, एंड
Like, they've
वैसे
got
भी
to think
जोकर
about what
काफ़ी
they
है
need to do next. And R8 has to
अभी
move
तो
in.
कहाँ कितने पे
Like,
है?
there's limited
ये
time
दिख
that
रहा है
they
ना
can
यार
take
जो
that
नॉक
long
बंदे को
angle on
मार
the
रहा है।
western
हाँ वो नॉक
side.
बंदे को मार रहा है।
I just don't
हाँ
think
नॉक बंदे को
Mafioso
अब चेंज हो गया
had
सीन।
to make that peak,
मर ही
especially when he
गया
placed
हाँ
himself
वो भाई बगी में लेके बैठ रहा है भाई यार।
on the hard edge of the blue as
बच
well,
के
where the
सुख
north side can see
भाई
you.
सही है लेकिन नाइस भाई अभी भी बज रहा है, बट वो क्या ही मतलब, अरे गलत अबे भाई बहुत गलत यार। जैसे थोड़ा और आगे जाके वेट कर लेता, लाइक 2 सेकंड बाद रह देता भाई, तो एकदम वही बैठ
अरे इसके आगे रिजी थी इसके आगे।
वही तो रिच के
क्या
पास
दिखता
गया
है?
भी तो रिच के पास यार, ये लाइक उसको बजा कैसे गया, उसको बजी ना गोली तो प्रॉपर रिस्क नहीं था वो
आगे लगा दी।
हाँ इधर लग रहा है और भाई साहब।
शॉटगन अभी नाइस।
अरे भाई ये देखिए इसने फ्लैश यूज किया भाई, इसलिए मैं फ्लैश उठाता हूँ। नोड में कोई मारने के लिए होता है, बट वैसे भी होता है फ्लैश। एंड द टीम इज एलिमिनेटेड, वाईजी हो गई, आईजी हो गई, वाईजी
Again for E Arena. Weird moments where E Arena like has these
अबे क्या
all
नीड मारा
plays,
इसको
but
इतनी
then
दूर।
will completely
हाँ।
cool off. The
Maybe
engine
तो
will
मुझे थोड़ा सा आगे चल
stall.
रहा है।
We see if that happens right here, right now versus Alpha Sevens. They make their way up. They hear the
देखा भी
fighting.
देखिए
It's
नहीं।
a good opening knock.
हाँ
And
नहीं
they're
लीड देखा था मैंने,
sending
काफी
more
था
in.
उसका, काफी लीड देखा था, बट वो कुछ
लाइव पे क्लिक करना दोबारा और आगे हो जाएगा।
लाइव पे क्लिक कर दिया, फिर से क्लिक कर दिया।
So grouped, they give that one up basically for
ये
free.
खत्म है।
Final being thrown over from Alpha 7. Al-Haji even taking pot shots from the side now, got an
Okay.
angle on the top of the ridge.
But
The
यार
nade
नहीं कुछ
follow-up,
नहीं कह
that
सकते,
should
कभी
basically
करंट
be
टॉप पे चल
arena
रही है,
completely
एंड
blown to bits. But you've got
इनका
one
एक
guy,
बंदा
it's
भी
just Joker trying to get away. Everyone
नहीं
else
कर पाएगा
in a
भाई।
horrific
कह
position.
रहे एक नेट में मर के
It's a
नहीं
good
रहेगा।
clamp onto Intense Game, but if
दो
you're E
मिनट
Arena
लगे
there,
उसको
now's not
मारने
the
के
time
लिए,
to start
and ये
looting up. It's the time to
इस
get
बात
going. You got to figure out your next move. Teams are moving in from your south side.
हाँ,
You
वो-
should know
निकल
that
गया
from that compound
सर्वाइवल
south
पॉइंट
underneath
लगेगा।
them. Turning
हाँ।
K goes down to
हाँ
Al-Haji.
जब
He's
वो
बिल्कुल
लॉन्ग
नहीं।
कर सर्वाइवल
in
वाली बात
this
वो भी
है।
मर
game.
गया।
हाँ
In the
एंड टीम प्ले
meantime,
बॉय, हाँ सॉरी ये एलिमिनेटेड।
most teams are on the outer edge.
उनका भाई मेरे को लिटरली
There's not a
थंबनेल
lot
वैसे
of
ही लग रहा
area
है
to
जिनका
play. You
बोलूँ
can
हुआ
see
है।
here it is
एंड
just
एक और टीम एलिमिनेट हो
barren
चुकी है यहाँ
ground.
पे।
And that
ओके
battle for
जी,
Harvest
देख
we
होरा
were
टीम में भी
talking
चल रही है,
about
एंड आई एम
earlier,
कॉर्स
looking
सब
not
सपोर्टिंग
quite
हो रहा है भाई,
coming
बिकॉज़ लग रहा है
through
पता
for a
नहीं
lot
क्यों,
of our
क्योंकि
teams.
उनका नाम बहुत प्यारा है।
पड़ोसी है भाई।
पड़ोसी
चल ले।
Soulless. Damage back over from Power
सही
as
बात
well.
है, पड़ोसी
So
है।
Heaton's able to
क्या
show
कर
his
सकते
impact of Power
हैं।
Gaming,
ठीक है।
revving the engines, keeping the momentum going. For R8, they did get
FLC
the
in
revived back up onto the knocked players.
currently
There is still
best
2
situation
alive in
आज
commission. That was Marth
इसकी
for
है,
the heads-up
FLC
maneuver to
FF की है
keep
भाई,
them up whilst the attention
उनका एक
was
बंदा नॉक
turned
पड़ा है,
from
बट बाकी तो
Alpha
सारे
7.
हैं,
Of course, on
बाकी
that
के तो भाई
E-Arena
नहीं
crash
पावर
that
किया
we
भाई,
saw
पावर के 6
moments
बंदे
ago.
बचे हुए हैं।
ऐसा नहीं है अपना कि
सारे
मतलब उसकी
Alright,
बेस्ट
they
पोजीशन
made
है।
it a fair way to this
दो
game. I
बंदे
think they
चार को
had
भी
to.
खा जाएंगे अगर
They
जोन में
needed
अच्छी
something to
लगी
give
ना।
themselves a little
जोन
bit
का
of
तो अलग
confidence
सीन है
बढ़िया
It looked brutal for them. It looked
नहीं
absolutely brutal. In the meantime, though, like a locust over on this western side.
तो चलता हूँ भाई मैं फिर
Crops
डॉक्टर को
realistically.
जाना था
कोई नहीं ओके
Taking one shot after another. Stragglers. The more they clear on the western side as well, the more strength they'll have in towards that end game. It looks like Easy's going to scout down over towards Alpha 7 here. We're getting peppered.
And this is that split from Reg and Kari. They're not actually in a bad position whatsoever. You can see the bullets over from Loxy. He's got them pinned in. Marv trying to take a couple of shots from the side as well, see if he can steal away anything from this.
Unless this guy
Reva's realizing, man, like the entire team is just being cauterized. Towards one another. You are trapped in position. Marv getting the headshot on that as well, coming back to haunt them. They threw the first stone at R8, but instead that's just fragmented the entire team for a late game finish on this one.
Ida getting knocked there out in the open. Again, for Korea, respect their intent. I mean, he had to get out there, couldn't wait around for the vehicle to pop. It would have taken his life. Managed to crawl all the way across the river, though.
Impressive, he's actually made it that far.
Yeah, it's a good smoke train. But Eden goes for a blind nade, a guess on it. Just having a look at the smokes. Toshbik goes down, as does Loxy. That's a double knock on the nade. Wild's not there to assist, and this should be a free and easy maneuver coming through. That must have been directly through those slits on the top of the shack there as well. What a nade that comes through there. Oh, yeah, I think you leave him. I think you leave him. I think if you're Wild, you're looking for a survival game. I don't even know why you bothered.
You got to know when to cut your losses on that one.
Yeah. No one to fold him.
Exactly, man. Can't be going for these gambles right now. This is not the time to do it. I mean, at least with the reset, obviously, you've got the two players from Alpha 7. They were able to get the pick back up in Korea so they can play off one another, but they have to just bail. The position was compromised for so long. Keenatrope inside of the sly hut there. Back towards the hovercraft, tuck in, see if they could steal that one. Key still in it. Nade over the top, just into the back line. If that's on target, it could be uncomfortable, and they're pinned in at least. You got the flames in front of them, the nade over the backside. Horror getting hit by Easy as well, makes that look easy.
Update, Korea goes down. Just Revel's still up. Option Red Force in the back lines as well, taking shots. Some good nades, some good ordnance coming through from Keenatrope to keep them at bay. In the meantime, Falcons will have to deal with Gamax on this north side eventually. They played a slow game with one of the only teams that had a compound for this long, but they need to step up now. Alright, versus Gamax, this is where they need to win this fight. I think it would be a crying shame if they lose this engagement.
It's insane as well that like Fireflux have just been able to set themselves up and live their movie. Just sit pretty, consistent damage down. Obviously, you had Alpha 7 trapped, so that's just a free elim. They were able to take away that team. And they have been sharing this land for so long. I mean, Gamax has basically been sat here with two players for an absolute age.
I get that they were wanting to wait for the pushes to come through, but I do think they could have held off on those nades a little bit. But I think Falcons just wanted to confirm their cause on this north side. It sort of makes sense. They will have to move down now. It really depends on how aware they are of the rest of the circle. Like, what's the scenario? What's the situation? Have they been keeping tabs? This is a long ramp from Koa over towards Power, which I personally think is really dangerous.
Yeah, this is kind of insane. Honestly, this is a Power that looked really strong in this match especially. They've been playing some great PUBG Mobile. The fights they've been taking, it's heads up, it's quick decision making, they're relying on one another. Push into this, you better be ready, Blank.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very nice. I will say, though, from Koa, the ramp he made on at least his hillside, quite safe to go for, but he does not give a damn. Koa is dragging the team at times, kicking and screaming into these locations. And if it's the case that Ralph's making these calls, Koa is absolutely on the money when it comes to it. He's like, you want me to go scout that? I'll do it right now. No hesitation. And that's an initial knock coming through over towards Ragnar.
Yeah, that might have thrown you a bone. That's from R8 as well. So it's R8 being able to get the shot into the back line. They could engage off of this. It'd be the opportunity to go for it. Obviously, you can get that player back up pretty quickly, though. They're giving them time to work with on this. They've got a little bit of cover for it.
Yeah, they have to move down. But I think they understand that for Power, they've got to move first. Likely they'll send south, which I think Easy's doing right now. Kino troops just been living inside that shack for a long time. No one's been able to get close enough to send nades in. It is very much in the open. 2 loot crates to work with though for Fireflux, so they get a gift from up on high.
Nice. Okay, G.
It's tight on the elims as well. 7 for power, 6 for both Nonchalant Red Force and Fireflux. You feel like they basically just had freedom to wait for the push to come towards them. Easy set up with a bit of paranoia about Marth's angle. He knows where he is now off the back of the shots that were fired over. Just a risky run of leaving yourself exposed from the back.
But maybe this will, help me increase my game sense.
Doxy's gonna move. And soon. Ralph knows it. Just hold the angle. Has a rough idea now where the other players are. From Fireflux at least. Pass that information back across. We'll take this shot. And he was just looking up to the right. Oh, caught slacking. Ketch will pick up that elim.
And number 5 team. That team is what
they could crash this if they wanted.
Not sure, but
I think they'd much rather get rid of power though
Power
first.
is in a good position, and almost in Power is in a really good position.
Still the move Power have been making. With the push back over onto Marth, you steal away the bit of cover from him for now. Still 3 players alive. Getting a lot of reads onto this. Tension being drawn over towards Fireflux as well for the majority of the squads, and the Kenotrope still just being able to live on borrowed time. Just sat tucked in, dropping the smokes, keeping it uncomfortable for teams to get close.
Power has power position, right?
Again, I think what's happening right now is that the nades used by Falcons versus Gamax, which I think was unnecessary. They were going to go down at some point either way, as that blue pushed them out. Koa does find Ketch. What a shot. And what a timing on it. No one goes down, and they can crash it. I think they have to crash it. Ralph's going to send in first here. Dropping as much medication as possible. Complete misread on the angle. Has to be happening from Redox. Koa's left behind, and Madcap lives this one out.
Oh man, the shots from the side from Kenotrope are huge as well to buy time, and this comes back to bite them in the bottom. I mean, you can get the res back up, get him in position. They've still got a good angle to fight with on this one. Fragments them massively. And for Power, it might be in a spot to potentially steal some of this away. You got the scout from Vahidan at least looking for the read back over.
I'm just not entirely sure what the idea was. I think they'd bought themselves some time, in which case they could start looking out over towards Power. They didn't even bother to try and scout those players. Ketch is going to send out of the way, immediately ducks down, M79 in the hands, but it will be Ragnar to find those shots just barely clipping him through the grass.
In my perspective, Power has the upper hand, very much upper hand.
I don't know why Ralph would have wanted that angle in the first place. Like, where do you go from there?
We have FF Mac.
I think your only option was to wrap west.
Yeah. For Fireflux, it was awkward as well. The supplies were running so low, he had no shells left for that. So when he drops, couldn't fire out smoke to shroud himself. Both of them now go down. You're out of commission, leaves us with a final 3. Koa barely crawling into the zone, belly on the ground, looking for the angle towards Kenotrope. Oh, the timing!
So exposed. He can take this shack though and play in it, and hope he gets a second. There's a player on his right though, and he does not know.
Their team also gets eliminated. But
Ragnar with the angle, nade over the backside, shots at the feet, so low on HP. 1 bullet in a dream is all that he'd need. The peek back up. Oh, the knock on the Ragnar fragments Power, but they've still got the manpower advantage on this one, and it's down to Falcons with just Koa. Peek over the top side, spots the head of Easy, shrouded with the smokes, but bullets coming in from 3 separate angles.
It's a nightmare scenario. Just has to guess the angles. We'll just send back. I mean, well played to Koa. Again, it seems like the player on that team that sort of has his head screwed on a little bit. I don't understand that push from Ralph. I don't know why he'd want that position from Fireflux. Again, he just try and wrap on top of Power. It's an interesting one, Jackie. But again, Falcons do get themselves a second place. I love that they push that position. A lot of times they just won't take those opportunities when they're right in front of them, and this time at least they picked up the leaflet.
Yeah, they bit at it when it was provided. It might not have been as clean as they were hoping for, But I tell you what, for Power, they were mopping up squads like a spilt drink. Some fantastic action on that one. A great second game, an early chicken dinner, and looking more like the Power that we know and love.
It is about time there for Power as well to start pushing those numbers upwards. It was a good play, very well played. Obviously, sweeping on that western side was really nice. Heading up that top side, it's an unfortunate game for Narvalo. I think we've had plenty of moments there where Narvalo has gone down a little bit early. Not necessarily his fault, just a struggle on the rotation. In the meantime, we're going to head right over and rotate back to the desk after this short break.
I'm currently here with Team Gamex ahead of our survival stage. I have to ask you, why do you think it was that the group stage performance was a little bit of a struggle for you boys?
Because it's like our first international tournament. Even we have like one player, it's first his tournament ever, LAN tournament. So we struggled, like we need more experience, just time. We need more time, and I think we had it for the first 2 days on group stage.
And how have you boys been supporting him, you know, with it being his very first LAN?
It's the same game, not changing. Like if we play in online or LAN, it's like the same game, same tactics, just different team, like more powerful than our region, but still we can do it.
And speaking a little bit more about the performance that you had, there was a distinct lack of eliminations throughout a lot of the games. Talk to me about the game plan heading into survival stage. Can we possibly see more aggression coming through from you?
In survival stage, I don't think we're gonna be aggressive for this stage. As a team, I think we will play by the way who make us win only.
And obviously, my last question for you boys, you headed into this entire event having won the National Egypt Championship. Do you think the play style of all of these international teams is much different?
Exactly, too much different, because like national championship is way different with international, because like we have 14 national and then BMSL and then PMWC, so it's a long way to get here.
Would you say that the competition here at EWC is way more difficult than the national?
Yeah, exactly, than ever national region.
All right, well, best of luck to you boys. I'm hoping to see more fight coming out of you, and we'll see you in the survival stage. Thanks.
Well, we have Power overwhelming here at PMWC, as Power's been able to take the first match on the grassy pastures of Erangel. Joining me is Seven, as well as Max Man. Seven's loving it. He loves that Power's been able to take this one. Talk to me about Power.
I was just happy to see them play like how when we would just tell them, good job, we were watching PMSL MENA. And the reason why I said that is because they would end up third-partying quite a lot. Yeah, don't worry.
Power Sports का placement point 10, elimination point 12. That's nice. Okay, अच्छा elimination के 22, nice. Fireflux का था 4 placement points. Okay, इतना नहीं सीख रहे हैं placement में. Elimination के 9 points 13. I see.
I'll break it down for you. 12 eliminations out of this team, but they were just being a lot more proactive. They were third-partying fights. They were making sure that they got a lot of ground. At one point, they were having a 1-1-2 split, which was quite impressive. And then, I mean, at the end, the way that they were able to play that perfectly, just waiting until the last second, sending 2 players towards the south, maintaining 1 player there towards the top of the hill, that was the winning play.
All the teams in this game were pretty much in the field like, please, sir, can we have a good position? Power, no, this is our mountain. You're not going up here. And actually, because of that, they kind of push away the arena. They eliminate that team onto the western side, and they avoid Alpha 7 from claiming the high ground position pretty much this entire game. So they were very, very controlling on that little high ground position up northwest. So Power, they had a really good setup on their second day of the group stage, and it seems like we are seeing a bit of a continuation of that here in the survival.
Another strong fight back from Fireflux as well, coming in as the only team really from the east. I thought maybe we could have a bit more of a 2-2 split going on for them. The 4 in that one location seems a bit much, Max, and it did cost them some casualties.
Well, unfortunately, you got a lot of teams around you. You have Nonstrom, you have Falcons looking your way. One little hay bale is just not going to cut it, defensively speaking, and you're just going to be losing players. So it didn't work out for them. It's unfortunate, good entry point, but the circle is just forcing you in a bad spot that you can't defend properly.
And it didn't help them that they were just focusing so much on the fight happening between Kino and then Alpha 7. They didn't even realize what was happening towards the south of them. Zero scouting. It ends up hurting them.
Let's take a look at the match report overall here for this one, as Mr. Joker here getting himself 6 eliminations. That's actually quite impressive damage from coming in from the fields, Max, considering that you're really trying to bunker down, really not draw too much attention about yourself. So that's very well done.
They were trying to play it silent until Power got involved, because they got in that one building on the high ground position of that big plateau up north, and they were just getting naded to hell by all of Power. Like I think the Power were just out of utility after that fight. They just looted the crates of the arena. They were really struggling at that point.
One team, though, that did have a potential semblance of control.
Oh, no.
Do you want me to bring up Falcons?
We got to talk about Falcons all day.
Yeah, should we?
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's look at this. We don't push 1 by 1 normally, and what are Falcons doing? 2 solo drive-bys right next to Fireflux to instantly punish it. I mean, this is literally, you use this as an example of how not to do a push. And Falcons, unfortunately, a team that we expect to do well, are just not able to claim that control. That could have been a game-winning angle if they got it too.
It really would have been. And I think what keeps hurting this team is just losing Narvalo so early on. Once again, back-to-back games where they end up losing Narvalo, and they're kind of forced to do this kind of pushes. They're maybe not expecting it. It is a dumb push. Something that we're not used to out of this team, but then you're going to have to readjust. Luckily, for them. Koa did decide to stay in the back and very proactive, showing why he was the MVP for PMSL EU.
I actually think if that fight, even if they do beat Fireflux, I think the car keeps going in the blue zone. So I think it was like it's phase 8. I think they still go out even if they win it. So that was a bit of an odd one. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, fair. A difficult though finish for some of those teams in the fields. Obviously, as you say, Power though flexing down to the bottom to establish even more control. We were musing over the idea of whoever's going to win out these hill fights from that west side should have a good opportunity here to be able to get themselves big points on the board.
Well, at one point, we even saw Alpha 7 when they were being a little bit passive there towards the edge play. We're okay, let's see where you're going to be going, right? Are you going to be going towards the north? Are you going to be maybe fighting Power? Are you going to be waiting for a third-party situation? And no, they just end up deciding to fully send it with 2 players towards the middle. It didn't end up working out them. For a split second max, though, we saw the hovercraft. We're like, maybe? I didn't end up working.
The hovercraft in the field finish is like
pretty good.
It's a gift from the gods. Okay, especially when it's exploded, it's just a fortress you created at that point. I actually played a game of Ultimate Royale. I had 4. We had 4 hovercrafts, and you just like make a little building. And you just
ridiculous.
Did you win? Yeah, no.
All right, well,
we got never mind.
Well, we have a lot going on here. Not only the PMWC, but also we have the PUBG Mobile Airdrop Carnival, and it is live this weekend from August the 1st to the 3rd. Log in, summon surprise airdrops, and collect 2025 airdrop vouchers to enter prize draws for official merchandise, smartphones, BD partner rewards, permanent in-game items, and more. Every participant is guaranteed to win. Additionally, jump in game now and vote for your favorite airdrop partner. You might even score some awesome surprise gifts from them, which is very lovely. Don't miss this year's Airdrop Carnival and unbox your lovely surprises, Mr. 7. What do you think about that?
I've done it.
You've done it? You're on? You're good to go?
I'm not going to say what I got. Max?
I haven't done it yet, actually. I've done my in-game predictions.
You've been busy. You're here at PMWC.
Yeah, true.
I thought you were unboxing surprises last night. Oh, man.
Shush you. It's time to get to the game here at Erangel once again. Game number 3 for the survival stage. Let's head to the casters.
That's right. Oh, man. You caught me off guard.
Oh,
Hello.
shut up, you.
All right, my bad.
Shut up, James. We're going to unbox this game right now.
Okay, he's just gone for it.
I'll try to give you one of these.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I try to do the... So, for clarification, try to give the old...
He's waved a hand at me.
the old
He's getting one of these. Yeah, he's getting one of these. Let's do it together. Are you ready for game 3 on... Well, I was going to go for of, but you've kind of, you've gone the wrong way there. Yeah, but you've gone for the wrong word.
You've got to deal with that.
Well, look, you've gone for the wrong word, and that's fine. We'll let you off. Everyone, game blank in the chat.
Was there a script I was meant to follow?
You don't follow the script?
I don't have one.
Well, you should have.
I'll wing it, much like the play.
Silly boy. Actually, it's pretty good. It's 2 wings.
It is. A double winger. That's me and you right there. On either side. Double propellers. On either arm. We'll be heading over to match number 3. I am...
You tangled.
Dude.
Untangled.
I've untangled myself.
Good.
Teams are going to have to untangle themselves from this awkward plane path, which is a straight line, but the drops are not easy. You're going to get a little bit lost in the forest of the drop.
It's quite a windy day.
It is. Getting blown all over the place. In the meantime, a lot of teams will have to send far north here, or as north as they can get on this particular plane path. And it will change some of these drops up a little bit. Started expecting Kino Truck to maybe try and hot drop over towards the Falcons, but they're going to head down towards Ferry Pier, which I think is, that's open, so that's fine. They can take that. It's your turn now.
Wow, it seems like you want to do all the talking.
Hey.
Just wondered if you keep going.
No, bro. I'm done.
It's all right. We do a little back and forth here. We're trying out a new stand-up comedy routine. Let us know if that landed. Otherwise, we'll just do normal intros for tomorrow.
I tried to make it very clear. I didn't make it very, very clear.
Yeah.
Let's be honest with myself.
Well, that's fair.
A little bit of introspection is good.
But The Rock doesn't give a damn about what you've got to say, because I'm all about the gameplay. And that's what we're here for, Blank. Now you talk.
Now you talk.
My turn.
Woo! back on the mic again. It's my turn.
A woo!
It's amazing.
Give us some gravitas.
I'm quite gravitas.
Yeah. There you go.
Was like that? Was that good?
Surely that's got everyone hyped up, right?
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
I've hyped myself up.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad. You'd need to.
Look at this. You know, we got a little bit of introspection. You got to hype yourself up, get yourself into it. This is the advice I would give to all these teams.
Ironically, that actually is a pretty good summary of the sort of mindset you need to be going into. Halfway point of the day, right? You've got to try and get those jitters out of you, forget about what's happened in some of the games. For the rough starts for a few teams, try and keep that momentum building. For a few of our squads, they certainly have been able to pinpoint that momentum. The power here, looks like we're thrown into an opening bout though, instantly versus Influence Rage.
And the Rage of Easy, the last day of group, certainly influenced them here. They've turned into some absolute monstrous opponents. Currently second place. That is a beautiful jump.
Hell of a jump on that.
Look how serious he looked as well.
Oh yeah, you've got to be focused up. This is horse gameplay. That's what we're bringing to you live.
Through the fields of Erangel. Straight hoofing it.
A glorious gallop. The stallion. Power gaming. Ragnar in the front lines, charging back to his team to assist. That is not a trot. It is an all-out sprint for domination. He's coming. He stopped.
Oh, he's too late.
Yeah, he might have needed to be a bit quicker on the horse rotate. It's not really worked. Influence Rage are able to fight back and take down one of power.
Oh, Vahedon's in a bad spot now. There were some shots from the sidelines coming through, but Vahedon's all on his own. Just got the pumpy up top side. And he takes a disgusting tag as he drops.
Yeah, indeed. Mac 10 Madness up close. SMG slaps him upside the head. Ragnar from the top side, though. He'll start to show what he's made of. Bullets down range. Fragments, Influence Rage once again. Lil Boy got to make the move. Drop the smoke, see if he can get his teammate up. Nade from Easy. Ooh, only one, though.
We know that he's a bad boy when it comes to it. Let's see if he can hit this one. It will be very influential. Goes through and bounces. Easy. The M16. Ragnar's just sending it, dude.
He's going in. Close on the doorway, ready for it.
He was late to the party. Everyone's already left, but he's determined to keep the music pumping.
He just dives into action. 17 bullets in the clip, SMG. There's the secondary if he needs it. Pull out the UMP, yeah, you know me. Ragnar about to make some crime scenes on the dive by. Lil Boy down and out. Not the big man in this situation, but the turnaround for Ragnar. Feel his wrath.
Pulls out the 4 bullet, that's all he needs. Nade goes through, Ragnar dives out the way, but somehow on the stairs still takes the tag. Diego will find one, and we are in a 1v1 between Easy and Diego top side, but in comes another team. It is intense game.
As everyone starts to cheer Ragnar's name. Intense game, drop the shush, the silence over the fight in the compound. Diego tucked in, trying to play on the back foot, Easy. About to be hit with a heavy nade, up close and personal, just a desk to provide cover.
Glenn is safe, Molotov in. Have to climb this one or just fully take the brunt. Walks out the way. No one's seen him just yet. Gets the tag. We'll find the knock, but it's not enough with Silence, who will silence the party here. The boombox thrown out the window. Diego in a tough scenario now. For Influence Rage, Power will take the #1 spot, but for how long? Only 1 point ahead of Fire Flux, but they have had a good run today so far.
For Diego, you are sweating bullets right now. Off-angle peek on the side, couple shots connect, but Silence does not give a damn. Spams the shots into the loot crate, adds insult to injury. An intense game, make out with the cleanup crew plays on the fight from Influence, Rage and Power.
Themselves a 3 for 3. Kind of a wild step down, by the way, now I'm looking at it. Alpha 7 in 6th with just the 11 points. That drops down to 9 in 7th. We're in just single digits all the way through to 16th. AX with a big fat goose egg.
Gamak's got a bail with his fajita that hop behind the wheel. Terrified about having a bike taken out of him as Squash was looking for the setup with the trace. Able to limp out of there with his lives behind the steering wheel.
We're in pretty central. This is actually one of the more fair circles we've seen in quite a while here, Jackie. Regnum Kaya leaving Toshpik behind over towards Rozok just in case it does back up that way. And for Regnum Kaya currently in 9th place with just the 8 points. It's not been an ideal result, but heading back up over towards Rozok. This is a good opportunity for them. Team that we put a lot of potential in. Potentially this is the game to do it. We'll have Horror Esports wrapping up on that north side. Does Loxy go down here? Because they are just rocking straight up towards him. And it will be wild to take the first. And that's the Kino trope of all teams.
Regnum Kari as well, taking hefty blows here. When you're down to 2 players, it's an awkward firefight between them. You're getting crashed on from either side with Kino Trope and AX. Diving into action off the back of the punch. Henry firing out bullets with the Scar, ripping people to pieces. Devotee locking down the wide sight lines up front as well.
2 points accrued. That 0-pointer completely gone. Not the case no more. No way you're Molotov. Freaking silence in the corner. Put up for barbecue. Unnecessary, but tasty. They'll take that point.
Ozzy Sands barbecue opening soon. Pre-order your tickets for the grand launch.
We got turkey on the menu. Kino Trope, 2 players up. Falcons off in the distance there. I think for Regnum Kaya, if I'm looking at it objectively, I think what happened there is that they've had a couple of games in the past. Nice nade, Devotee. A couple of games in the past where they've left Rozok. And it's come back to bite them later on. So they tried to take this 2-2 split. When you get this circle shift back this way, there is going to be a lot of teams flowing through this area, right? They want to play the 2 rows. They want to play the warehouses. I think it was a dangerous split, and they had to make a quick decision of whether they want to stay on Rozok or they wanted to regroup here. But they didn't have the time to make it happen. Ozzy-san, final player left remaining. 1 Molotov remaining. We know that he can be nasty with it.
That's great.
It's gone.
And if it's a good nade, he just might be able to get 2 knocked.
Nade for 2. Wow. Meaty damage onto both. Able to withstand the shrapnel and at least stay alive for now. Arian setting up on the sideline behind the rock as well, trying to get a read onto Ozzy-san.
Like, okay, what are you watching? Okay, that's
It's getting awkward now. Falcons do peek their heads out of Pachinki as this one moves further away. Loot drop coming through. Take a look at the map and where we're heading next. This has been very central. Not so much anymore. Heads up over towards Rozok and Regnum Kaya. Oh, fuming, dude. Absolutely fuming. This has happened so many times to them throughout their tournament history this year. Oh, man. I actually feel bad for them on that one.
Shot back over from Sleepy as well into Fireflux, having a great day of it. Catching a bullet, not in the manner that you would want to.
Hey, this is nice, actually. In the midst of all of it, Falcons able to find themselves a spot. Mafioso, perfect parking. That's going to lock down the doorway. Primed.
Reinventing the meaning of parallel parking on that one.
Vertical.
Oh, yeah. Straight up, ready to climb, and that's what they're going to be looking for. Alpha 7 going to want to find some points on this one.
Don't know how Ozzy Sands made it in there, but he has. The solo. This is Falcons' favorite spot, by the way. They love playing this position. My only issue with it is that the 3-story sometimes gets pushed a little bit too hard, and I don't think that the Falcons quite have a solution for it yet. I'd like to see how they play it out this game, because they have a huge amount of potential from this position. Nice high ground to work with, nice vision, claiming 2 buildings as well, and able to play off the back of one another with nades from that top side. If it continues to zone in on that area, you've got a good chance at that game. Alpha 7 looking for more points on this one, currently in the top 8, but they want to secure it a little bit more.
Get the little establishing shot as well, top-down POV, giving you an understanding of just how close these squads are to one another.
Ooh. Yeah, replay on this one. Dude, it was cinematic. It was cinematic.
Nearly made it through the window.
Did. Squeezed it through. Like a TARDIS. The window, that is. Bigger than you think.
Yeah.
It's bigger on the inside.
On the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's smaller on the inside, it'd be a bit of a shame.
It'd be weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I went to my TARDIS. It's a closet.
Yeah. Where's all the space?
This is a high-tech machinery.
Budget cuts. We couldn't have all the space on the inside.
That would be a weird parallax effect. I'm not gonna like it. Smile. Taking some shots out the window for Yangon. One of their top players towards that group stage, just putting a huge amount of work in. There is some games where Yangon's able to get quite a few points. Usually they do limp in towards those final circles though. This is hella awkward for Falcons as we send over towards that eastern side. Now Gamax might have played a blinder on this one accidentally. Obviously you don't know where the circle's going to go, but that's actually a really nice place to play and gives you a huge amount of control. Now Falcons is at the back of the queue. Fantastic compound a minute ago, not so much anymore. Horror's quite glad, despite being one of the first to this location, they didn't fully commit, and they didn't have to. They had the option to play on this eastern side, and they'll get a lot of benefit off the back of that.
Oh, gets worse for Ekankari as well, of course. Been trapped as just a duo for so long. Alpha 7 able to get the sight lines over, so we'll commit onto that with Toshpik being knocked down on his last legs. Loxy not really in a spot to quickly make the dash to grab him just yet. Nades over the top. Got the smokes on the bottom of the ground at least to try and provide some semblance of cover here.
For a team that starts in Rozoc, they're pretty rubbish at it. Thoughts?
Just going to let that one ruminate, really. I just thought I'd let that air for a bit.
I don't think that they're bad at it. I think it's just indecision, dude.
Sorry, are you moving further away? Is that backtracking?
I am backpedaling. Yeah, I am backpedaling. No, I think that it's not a case they're bad at it. It's indecision. If I'm being real, it's indecision.
Fair enough. I think that's also what we have seen a couple of times already, where it feels like the split on the instant decisions where they need to go for something that hasn't really been there, especially today, where it's felt almost like the pressure of the situation has been getting to them more.
Yeah, it's like we should move. We can't just sit in our drop spot and you get on with almost this hyperactivity where we've got to take a 2-2 split or something. Surely it's not going back over to Rozoc again. But no, unfortunate. I think that is the difficulty for a team that starts in Rozoc, is that you kind of want to make some kind of a play early. You don't want to just sit around forever. Cole's already found the 2 elims though, which is nice. Settling Falcons in a firm 3rd spot on the tables. I genuinely do think that those games that they've just come off the back of were very important. I think you put it well. You're saying that they're quite passive games. They were just trying to get into that top 8. And it's so funny because when Falcons start playing like this, like we just need these points, we can play it cool. If we don't need anything drastic here, their gameplay goes up by a high margin.
Yeah, you can see the percentage play is what they go for, right? If it's not over 90%, it's really worth running the risk. Yeah, we're seeing it actually work for them. Very T with a connection back over onto Never Alone as he's tried to make the dash there for Vision. To join the rest of the squad over towards the compound side, so a bit of a split, 1-3 on them, having to try and link back up. It's Volt that's a key piece of this team as well.
Yeah. One thing I really do like about AX is that whenever you look at the player cams, they're always speaking to one another.
Oh,
always
good, yeah.
They're not the best team in this lobby. I mean, that is clear, right?
Yeah.
But they are giving it their all. It comes back to Rozok. Gamax also quite unhappy with this one. We've had East hard shift to West hard shift. Man, if Regnum Kai just sat still, you know, could have been a very different game for them. Alpha 7 playing on that south side. Still at 4 players as well, and I think it's a good position to play. You don't have to worry about a lot of the major action happening on that north side. You can sit pretty down towards the south. Yes, you don't have the high ground, but there is less teams to contend with.
The POV of Yangon Galacticos as well, a team that I think at times it's been a little bit too slow for me from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And it worries me, really, especially in these kind of lobbies now.
Not feeling very Galacticos, you know?
No.
Not very Higgs boson. They don't encompass everywhere. Here comes Yangon. It's too little too late, though. I mean, it's crazy. We're going for the same crash.
Oh, boy.
Ooh, a bit off target.
Yeah, a little bit. Paranoid about the top floor, but it's the ground floor split as well.
Yeah, thanks to the elims, I guess.
That was a delivery. And Alpha 7 will take it. You can get the pick back up as well. Squash playing medic instantly, so they're fine. They can reset from it.
I like that, though, from them. I mean, wow, I had his head ripped off. But yeah, I like that they instantly start shooting. Straight after that concludes, stopping teams from wanting to peek in. Or, in fact, even inviting some teams that Mafioso's on that angle the entire time. Arthur moves up, somehow finds Marth with that nade. I think he must have just been slightly out of the angle. Nade behind, and Prestige is sat in an awkward spot, finds the first. Will try and get back through the window. Don't know how he's not down yet. The rest of R8 not in a position to assist as Damar gets the med kit off. But both his teammates are away with it.
Tries to ricochet the nade with the geometry there of the building. Doesn't quite land on target. So they get ample time to deal with the fragmented players from R8. And Damar really just trapped on the push up here.
Curious what this play from Sleepy is. I think he's just trying to identify some little bit of information. R8 goes down. Again, it's been a rough spree for R8 today. APK, let's get hit with a nade. That's from Nongshin Red Force, who did work their way up, and they have picked their moment quite nicely, and in comes more and more nades, but it is Horror actually picking up a couple of these shots from a hell of a distance.
They're substantially far away, but still making it work. It's interesting as well, Nongshin Red Force, as much as they haven't really been on the forefront of the observing in this game, they're still being able to steal away points a little bit here and there with some of the rotates we've seen. This is one where they line up, top-heavy angle for Doxy, unloads the magazine, detonates his way through. Sigamax trapped in position. Paranoia inside the building, but Tizzy able to compose himself and find that one onto Fajita.
It's quick. G from Nongshin Red Force is very quick. They should rack themselves up to 6 elims on this one. Again, they started off really strong on their day 3. All right, last day of the group stage. And it was the way that Max put it, right? They were slipping.
Yeah.
Like, it's the best way to put it. They were slipping. Pressure mounted a little bit too much for them, and they couldn't keep up the gas towards the end of the day. They've gone away from it. I think they looked visibly upset with themselves as well on day 3. You could only feel bad for them.
Yeah, you saw some of the individuals, you know, really not sort of turning any cheek to show their emotion. If they had a bad game, it was very obvious. But, I mean, it felt like they did at least kind of unpack the bag with it. So, you know, it was a rough game. They were able to reset. You didn't carry those emotions on.
Dude, there was a big solve in that last day for them. Yeah. Right? There was a big solve on their gameplay, how they wanted to work these things out. And I liked that. I did like that from them. Figured out their gameplay. They're going to bring that into survival stage. So it wasn't like they didn't gain anything from that day 3. Tizzy finding yet another with Volt on a long angle from Mansion.
Baited out for the fight, and it's a sideline shot coming back in from Sky.
He has been influential on the map. Like some really good shots from the M4.
Sky and No Fear, racking him up and knocking him down. You like the heads-up positioning of the crosshair as well. It's a great read on this. Distance fights where they are just absolutely paralyzing. Just no way to move up. Good clean-up crew action over onto Vision. That was Volt as the last man. He's now gone.
And it's actually, to be honest with you, that early rotate out from Sleepy was quite nice. They got a lot of information off the back of that. They knew which angles to watch. They didn't have to move out from the eastern side of Rozhok, but they do it anyway just to pick up some free elims and clear out the eastern side. That's their big goal there. Now they can start to work the issue over towards the west.
This is a classic fight. It was like AX and Nunshin Red Force have been thrown into a hell in a cell again and again. These two teams have been scrapping throughout the entire tournament in group stage and again here in survival stage. Delayed bout on this one. Nades over the top. Arian trying to keep them pinned in position. Tizzy with the nade back over. Binny relatively low as well. Has to top himself back up.
Nade after nade. That looks like a better air burst in my opinion, but Cyrax does take a lot of damage from the strike from the air there. In the meantime, Horror moves up over towards Fireflux. They find Solus as a solo in one of the buildings. On Reservoir right now, it's hard to get yourself across to him, and he should just bleed out on this one.
Close quarters, nades. You've got to tuck him with a shotty. Good tag. Sizzy quite low. P90 up. Henry inside of the smoke with the shotty.
And another. Auction Red Force. Very much cut down. Domination from Henry's side of the ring. Another good nade coming through from Horror. They are working the angle.
A prime nade from Zizzy. Right on target. Fragments the setup from AX. Henry has to make a hero maneuver on this one. Wraps up close. Molly over the top, smoke up front to provide some sort of cover for his teammate, but Tizzy peeks in from the top, struggling to get the quick reposition off and switch to the right gun for the job. Couldn't handle it. Cyrax in the back line now, spamming through the smoke, but he goes both ways. Not much vision to work off on this.
Oh, hello. This is a cool rotate coming through from Falcons. They wrapped all the way from that north side. They left one player behind. Redox takes out one, and they're looking to clear up Nongshim Red Force on this third party. This is way more aggressive from the Falcons. They start to flap their wings a little bit.
Turning up the tempo, and it's what you want to see. We were saying they've been playing smart, passive games, looking for placements. But mixing in a good score on eliminations as well would be huge for their momentum. The bonnet hits the face of Tizzy, and they look to end the opportunity.
Roll him down on the reverse.
More elims on this. Up close, Raf takes a bit of damage from the peak, but they do handle it. Koa spots that one with a UMP, and you stop Nongshim Red Force that were building a huge elimination game. 10 already, they're taken out of commitment. Second closest, of course, is now Falcons with 7.
I mean, this is great, though, for the Falcons, because now they have control over towards the south side of Rozhok. They also have Redox still holding that building on the northwest side. He holds his own. It's the first time we've seen a solo Falcon being able to do that. And that's really cool, because now they have a lot of presence on the map here. Needs be, they can wrap back round again. It's going to be a little bit awkward versus E Arena, but it is possible. So they have two corners of the map, so they can confirm on either side. The worst thing to happen here if it confirms fully northeast. That's the one thing they haven't accounted for.
and Alpha 7 as well, obviously in position for so long here down towards the compounds. A lot of nades being primed here.
They're ready for a crash, that's why. They know E Arena has to come across. They've heard the fighting on the south side as well. They're just priming them. That's a terrifying sight, by the way. 4 dudes, pin pulled. Not a party I'm looking to get involved with.
The mortar strike of Alpha 7 ready if you come running up towards the compound. Of course, you've got that 2-2 split as well. Toxic and Loxy inside of the buildings. Cover to work with. Shots into the back line. Hora moving up. Fireflux starting to reposition as well. That's the duo that's left alive here. They've had a great day of it so far.
Some good smokes from Falcons, but there is a lot of sightlines to contend with. Koa's up first and will get knocked. Grevo's got 5 nades, so plenty here. Ascend over the top side. I think the Falcons are going to find this tough, honestly. Stop short, that's a good stop as well. They know the smokes haven't dissipated yet, so they can afford to stop short. There is a shot that goes through there as E Arena sees that Alpha 7 is distracted.
Oh, here's the problem though. It's not just nades from Alpha 7. Now they're coming in from Hora as well, down on the roadside. Narvalo is eating a ton of damage. Ralph's forced to push further up to actually get himself into cover to play with. So both barrels being given here.
Alpha 7 losing Revo. Squash just gets back up again. Tony K drops a nade, but it's long. They're in the kitchen and needs to cook this nade to perfection. Ralph finding Revo, steals that one away, but it's Toshpik to take him out. It's all down to Redox. 6 teams, last circle.
Korea firing off the shots in close range. Holds back E Arena. Only Mormon remains. They split on the push-up, hoping they could get in before the pick-me-up onto Squash. Didn't go that way. Comes back to haunt them.
Valo's still up, actually. Didn't even realize it. And he's going to try and get placement here. There's potential for it as well as everyone starts to get cut out on that northern side. Now Valo walking up. This is a bold maneuver. Surprised he's even getting in here. Finds one off the back of it. Mafioso's down. Mormon's still sending nades in.
Mormon on the slow walk up. Pin pulled for the nade. Bounce round the corner. Squash gets flattened. Mormon makes the play. Potential for the follow-up as well. Close quarters combat. Carrillo trying to hold on for Alpha 7. Able to connect that back. Silence E Arena, but now Narvello knows that he can make his move. Gets up close with the DBS. Oh! Huge kill. That is a beautiful E-limp to put them back into a position. He can get Squash back up.
Wait a minute. Regnum Kaya still going strong with Loxy. Hitting these shots here. It might not be the end of the world after all. Carrillo has to send a nade over. It's not perfect, but now he's got to make the cross.
Carrillo going for it.
No way, Loxy.
Taking opportunities where they're presented. Regan Karia being able to play this one picture perfect with the opportunities that have been presented by other teams. Everyone's overlooked them. Sideline from No Fear, living up to his name as he pops up. Silences Loxy. There's the shot back over. And that's the way it goes.
Hora played that game incredibly well. From the early rotate into the eastern side, to push out slightly further over towards Gamax, spotting all the commotion over towards Nongshim Red Force and cutting away at their opposition on the eastern edge. But shout out to Loxy. I did not think the Regnum Gaia would survive that long. And you do want Loxy as your final player on that team when it comes to those clutch moments.
Heads up calls. Reading it so well as well. Opportunities when everyone's attention was taken away from them. Like you said, subverting expectations. It was a brutal beginning for them, but they put it together. They pieced away some points at the very least.
For Alpha 7, what a tough task they had there versus E Arena, Falcons on one side. Not an easy maneuver to make happen. Carrillo does survive it all. Could have been pretty sick if Narvalo hit that shot, but it looks a lot better from the Falcons.
It certainly does. They're building. The wings have been spread, but the action is intense. So join us for more after the break.
Later. And yeah, end screen क्या देखोगे?